Hiya folks, JD here, and today we're going to be looking at the DWI Dowellin. This is the mesh foldable copter that we saw a little while ago. Now, first of all, before I go into any more detail about this, please excuse the state of my living room. I'm recording this right after Christmas, and I haven't had a chance to put away anything yet. So quite literally, there are boxes everywhere of Christmas presents and everything else. So what we're going to do today is pop this battery in. We're going to take her for a little indoor flight and see exactly how this goes. Now, the reason I'm using this indoor instead of outdoor is because she is extremely light. Very, very light indeed. And I don't want there to be any sort of issues with me flying this outside. So what I'm going to do is just get everything set up as ready as I possibly can do. Let's turn her on. Okay, we've got that on, that's good. Turn on the transmitter. Come on. Right, you've got to keep your finger on the transmitter for a few seconds and then single one up and one down to bind. Now, the LEDs on the transmitter and the quadcopter are all going to be totally solid once you've done that. Hopefully, we should have a broadcasting network. Yes, we do. HTS. So once we've connected to that, we open up the HTS app. And this is doing exactly what I talked about yesterday in the unboxing, whereas you're either going to have to fly this at an angle so that you can see the FPV screen, or have it normal and just look at the copter and not the FPV screen. So if I open up the application HTS UFO and click start, we should have, there we go, we've got some. There we are, we've got some FPV, that looks to be okay. Let's calibrate those gyros down and to the left for the gyro calibration, and then once you've done that, we can do the one key takeoff and take her straight up. Right. Ooh, she's quite flighty. Quite flighty. Let's get some trim on here. The trim works quite nicely. Let's see if we can get her properly stabilised indoors. There we go. So there she is, she's up. Moving around a little bit, but other than that, she seems to be pretty stable. Very, very quick to move, very quick, very flighty indeed. That camera looks, it looks passable. It's not going to be fantastic, but it looks passable. Ooh, nice motion when she moves. Very nice, very smooth. Very, very smooth. All in all, look at that. So smooth when she's moving, and there's quite a lot of power being kicked out from those brush motors. When I can feel the air right the way down to there. It's incredible. Very nicely focused, giving you a proper amount of proper, really nice amount of power and power distribution as well. So when you do move her around, she's very quick to move. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. Down to there. Incredible amount of air coming off that. Right, okay, so what do we got? So we should have some 3D flips that we should be able to do with this. Should be. No. Okay, let's put her into speed mode 2. Bear in mind, however quick that was just speed mode 1. Speed mode 2, she gets a lot. A lot quicker and very free on the sticks. Now this is speed mode 3. Look how quick she's turning. Incredibly quick in speed mode 3. Wow. Back to speed mode 1. Speed mode 1 is not sluggish, mind. Speed mode 1 is not sluggish at all. Speed mode 1 you get a nice amount of power from. More than enough for this small living room that I've got here. Those LEDs, they're quite difficult to see unless the copter is above you, and then you can see them quite easily. So, what have we got? Let's try the one key landing and see how that goes. Very slow, but very precise. Gets about an inch off the ground and then the motors just stop. Now, one thing I do find quite strange, there are no landing sprigs with this, as we talked about. There's nothing under here whatsoever. But as long as you're on a flat surface, this is why I took it off from the table. because I thought that was a much better place to take it off from. Now, we have got an emergency stop as well, but for this I'm going to use it over the sofa so that it doesn't smash itself on the floor on the hard laminate. So for this, click and hold the button, and then... Have we got anything? No. Ah, it's not click and hold, it's click once. And then the motors just stop. And then you should single click, one click take off again takes you back up there. Let me just revisit that so I can do it properly again. Single click on the emergency stop. Oh, there we go. And she bounced off the sofa and closed herself. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is very warm. Very warm. I just touched the top where the on and off button is. It's very warm indeed. I'm not really surprised because the amount that it's actually putting out, and because there's not great aeration under there either, then it is going to get quite warm. In the summer, if you're flying this, expect this to get very hot. The black will attract the sun, and also the heat from that battery and the electronics inside really are noticeable from the top. Really is noticeable. Now then, let's try a couple of selfies and see how far we get. So, very easy to control when it's backwards, very easy to control indeed. Click in the photo button, very simple, no problem at all with that, and then straight past me. Perfect. Oh, it's landing. I think that's the end of the first battery. I think that's it, it's done. So that battery is done. That battery is done. Now, all in all, top, let's turn that off. Top is very hot here, very hot. The underside is warm as well. The motors are nice and cool, but the electronics, wow, yeah, this is warm. Oh, geez, no, that is hot. That is not warm, that is hot. Now, there's no bubbling at all. It looks like a good battery, but because there's no aeration under here, on the sides, or at the top, this thing is getting hot. And I don't mean warm. When I say warm, I mean hot. The difference is quite a lot. And you can see both batteries are the same. They look the same. They're not bulging. Okay, well, I tell you what I'll do. I'll have to come back and revisit that again once this is all cooled down and see exactly how far we get with this. But I think, to begin with, I'm really quite happy with how this has actually flown. The 360 flips, I couldn't get that to work for some reason. But again, that's just a gimmicky thing. But one thing I did enjoy this initial flight around the place. Speed mode 1 is not sluggish. Speed mode 2 is pretty quick. Speed mode 3 is the fastest, but far too fast for this small room here. Now, what I did notice is that the camera quality actually looked passable. Now, I only just recorded the screen recording of inside the house, but when I take this outside now, when the weather clears a bit, then we'll be able to see exactly how she does then. I don't like, the only negative thing I can find out about this is how hot this damn battery gets, and it gets very warm indeed. Now, if there were some holes in here, then no doubt the heat could dissipate. But yeah, that gets so hot. The motors, on the other hand, nice and cool. There was a little bit of heat coming off them, but that's to be expected. They were working inside, inside a house where there's no aeration. So they are going to get a little bit warm in here, but they should cool down when you're outside. All in all, I think that's pretty neat. That's not too bad at all. I really quite like that. And of course, it comes in this fantastic case. And that in itself just makes transportation so much easier. I like this, and I can't wait to see it when it goes outside and see exactly how well that does. But so far, I think, folks, this is a bit of a winner. All right then, my friends, thank you ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD, you've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.